Hi everyone, it's Shar and welcome back to our Paranormal Let's Play. The first thing you need to know is that Paige is absolutely, inexplicably enraged. She's having a mood swing. We can say that's being largely influenced at the house. I also played a little bit off camera, and Eden did go to work as a teacher and she promptly got fired. So she's feeling very, very sad about that, but she's going to have to find another job because quite honestly, she doesn't have the funds to not have a job. She wants to talk to her daughter, but Paige is going to bed. She's going to leave her alone. And what's actually happening is that she drank the Spectre sip drink and she feels strangely more experienced, as if the memories from another life poured into her. Apparently it also gives you skills, or at least I've seen that, so I hope it gave her some skills, but it doesn't look like it. As always, poor Eden is going to go cry it out, and Paige is going to go to bed, and we're all going to the pool. You want to? No, because it's really cold. So Eden is, again, she always wants to go to the pond behind the house, which we know holds many, many gravestones and many, many dead bodies. They can't see these things that are happening in the house. So there's this root that's suddenly growing, a twisted tendril. She can't see it, actually. And she can't see the hands coming out. This is how the house is slowly getting to them. She always wants to hang out in this area behind the house. There's like nothing there for her to water, but she always wants to water it. She's trying to water a cherry tree, but she doesn't notice like the gravestones behind the house. So I'm just gonna have her sit for a little bit, think about her life. You don't have a closet well, you do. Paige has a closet, but you're not gonna go up to Paige's room to cry in her closet. That's a little odd. I want this to get more and more haunted, and I'm just looking for the creepy factor. So I'm not doing anything to bring the family some peace aside from putting out some sacred candles, which not all of them got. Paige did not get any sacred candles. I just want it to get super haunted, because right now I don't notice much, but I also for the first 2 episodes had mods that were really interfering with the house. So I'm gonna have Eden get a new job because she does honestly need one, and again she wants to talk to Paige. Oh, I did get her a new job. She joined the business career. Ugh, I'm so on top of it. Okay, so she joined the business career and the lowest rank because she doesn't have any skill sets behind it. She is a mailroom technician. And here's Paige with her full-on mood swing, grumping into the living room, turning on some music. Really loud, angry music. I don't know why Paige didn't go to school today, but she didn't.
Bye, Mom.
Oh, her mom's trying to give her, just talk about her feelings, because Paige is a little bit older, and Paige is just ranting and raving, and telling something like, we all have problems, Mom. You're the one that moved us into this house. Denounce your friendship. And, Eden will definitely have some thoughts about how Paige is behaving. Do not throw a drink at your mother, though. Argue! Paige is like, ugh, I'm going to walk away now. But Zoe is home. Zoe's home. As we all know, Zoe is our psychic child. So she has a deeper awareness than I think a lot of other people have. I'm just going to have Eden serve lunch. I think she's genuinely just too tired to argue with Paige right now, so she's not going to. But Paige is angrily going to read Cooking with Moats. That is a very random thing to do, Paige, and there are too many bathrooms in this house for you to pee on yourself. So go take an angry poop. Stop making a mess, Zoe. Stop it. She's totally ignoring me. She's like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And Paige just stopped feeling like herself for a moment. She feels really odd. I think she's losing a sense of awareness of where exactly she is. She continues to gravitate towards this room. So she is like, I'm going to put this book away, but she's going to interrupt her own actions and go to the seance room. And remember that anytime that Paige performs a seance, she doesn't know she's doing it. She's completely possessed when she is doing that. Otherwise, she would have never known what was in that room or to go to that room. She's very much getting sucked in to the house. So they can't see the cursed objects in the house, but Zoe is a little bit more psychic than everyone else, like I told you, so she can sense that something is wrong. Meanwhile, the rest of them can't. So you can see Eden doesn't have that. Well, she has it over here, but it's too far behind everything else that's happening for her. See, Paige never even came downstairs, and you can see she's not awake. She's not conscious right now. All she knows is that Nothing really. The last thing she knows is that she was in the bathroom reading a book. And someone's calling Eden. It's Gidry! Hey Eden, it's me. Do you want to go on a date? Yes. I don't think Eden normally would, but because Paige is home and Zoe has food, like they have all their needs met, she's going to leave the house. I think leaving the house is going to be good for her. Okay, so we are on a date at the nightclub with Gidry. She is absolutely terrified about something. Immediately go woohoo in a closet. Eden is having a bad time. She needs to scream it out. And Gidry literally just yeeted and left her here. So I'm going to switch back to Zoe. Okay, so while Paige is very much still possessed, you can tell by how uncomfortable she is. And the fact that she's still in the room, her needs, she's not even paying attention to them. That's how possessed she is. But she detects an incredibly angry presence nearby. If this were a horror movie, this would be the part where the main character tries to flee for their lives. She's not conscious enough to do that. Specters are angry and will scare nearby Sims. Specters will start fires, and paranormal activity is frequent. I hope so. So Paige's gonna go out, and only when she's downstairs eating will she come back to her sense of consciousness and awareness of what is going on. And as we know, Eden is at the club where she was stood up by Gidry, so that was interesting. And Zoe is running away in terror to go hide in her bed under the blankets. Yeah, see, she didn't pay any attention to her needs because look at where they're at, and that, of course, is because she was possessed. She's like, what am I doing in the kitchen? I freaking stink. I was in the bathroom. What did I just slip on? Because they can't see any of this stuff, otherwise they would clean it up, so she just slipped in it. And the only reason they can't see, I keep saying this, is because they don't have an awareness that it's happening. And that's part of the haunting of the house. Zoe wants to talk to Paige, but Paige's going to take a shower and a bath. So, Zoe, what I'm going to have you do is, there's a park across the street. So, I'm going to have you go out and play chess. And again, if Paige was a little bit more attuned with reality at the moment, she is awake and she's conscious right now, she would recognize and know that her sister was like leaving the house and she shouldn't do that. I swear Zoe is always lining herself up to make a mess. She is trying to destroy this house, but Paige is not. She's not fully aware of herself. She has consciousness now and that she's not completely possessed, but at this point the house has taken almost complete control over her and she's in very much of a daze. And I think Zoe is just eager to leave the house. And all of our candles are going to burn out soon. And of course, I'm not going to replace it. And Eden definitely believes now, but as I mentioned, they're kind of locked into this house. They don't have a place to go. They don't have the money to go anywhere. And their only option is to sell the house, which Eden isn't going to do. Okay. So Gidry is here in the kitchen, but remember that Eden is the only one that can see Gidry. So no one knows that he's here, and Paige is just eating her salad with no idea that there is a ghost sitting next to her. So she's full, so I'm going to send her up to bed. All she's thinking about is washing dishes and going to sleep. She literally cannot see him. And Zoe's going to come into the house. At this point, she's avoiding the house at all costs. And she would rather stay outside at night in the park than to come into this house. But she is going to go to sleep, even though she is terrified. And I'm going to see you all when some paranormal activity picks up, which apparently it should be. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that Gidry is literally standing outside of our window looking into our house? And if Zoe was a little bit older, she probably could see Gidry, but she can't. But what she does see is a specter. And I think that Zoe gets the sense that something really, really, really dark is happening. So she's going to come try to talk to the specter because she is very psychic and she can sense them way before she can ever see them. So there's a vampire outside, so that's great. Hopefully vampires don't attack children. Aw, Gidry! He's cleaning up Zoe's mess. How cute. The vampire, Damon, is in the background. Yeah, she's trying to get a sense for this spooky, spooky specter. To figure out what the hell is going on in this house. Because she knows. She knows that it's not anything good. So she feels Gidry, but she doesn't know who or what Gidry is. That Spectre, by the way, told her nothing, aside from the fact that he just didn't like her. Or the Spectre just didn't like her. And she's going to go, to sleep. Even though it says she's going to have a terrified sleep, she's completely fine after talking to the Spectre. I think she's getting a better sense that she has more control here than she believes. She has an emotion bomb. She feels anger and sadness quickly, which is weird because she's not famous, but okay. And she's just going to talk to Guidry and say, Guidry, something is really, really, really wrong. Aside from the fact that our house is haunted. I'm acting abnormal in that regard. I'm not aware of any issue regarding my fertility. Oh, so ghosts can have kids? If you also get close to Guidry, it always sounds like wind is blowing around him. Zoe's awake and she's uncomfortable. Something woke her up. She is scared of a monster. There is a monster hiding under her bed, and of course she's immediately going to wake her. They can hear their mom talking to someone in the bathroom, but I think they're just going to assume that she's like on the phone or something. And now, Paige is acting super weird, so Zoe's gonna go to the bathroom and take a panicked poop, and Paige is like, why the heck does my head hurt? And once again, she's going to lose complete consciousness of what's going on in the household, and she's going to come use the seance table. Notice that she only does it when no one else, and Zoe can sense the presence of a specter outside, but because she didn't have success communicating with it earlier, she is not going to bother. And look, a new haunted marking. And the lights are flickering! Yes, that's the kind of paranormal activity we're looking for! So I'm like, Guidry, is that you? He's like, I don't make the lights flicker. That's definitely not me. And look, just as our sacred candles burn out, the paranormal activity picks up. I'm grinning so much that I think this is absolutely amazing. And it's going so well with my storyline.
Well, the stuff.
Ooh, we can hear a baby crying in the background. It's Temperance. And the people that used to live in this house. Look at all the faces. One of these is definitely one of the Chandler teens. I think that the spirit is having her use the seance table when it's possessing her so that she can invoke more spirits of the dead. It doesn't care about her needs at all. It's just going to have her work on her skills until she's able to invoke the dead. And also these chairs are uncomfortable. It's like sitting on rocks. But she wouldn't notice that. Ghosts are jerks. Maybe they're better off dead. That's what she would be. Did you hear that? I've been watching over you for quite some time, and I gotta say, I'm not impressed. Could you at least work on trying next time? Wow, the living, here, talking with me. It's been ever so long since I've conversed with someone non-departed. I don't even know where to begin. How about those sports teams? Is that still a thing? Yeah, she doesn't know, but did you hear that it was talking to her from behind the scenes? I think that Zoe definitely heard it. And she's like, what the heck is going on? What was that from hearing a creepy voice? I knew she heard it. She's gonna talk to the specter outside. An incredibly angry presence. Great. A 10th communication. Tell that specter to get the hell out of your house. And Eden, again, is possessed in her own ways and that she's just always overcome by sadness. So she's gonna go to sleep. And they all assume that Paige is upstairs sleeping because what else would she be doing at 4 o'clock in the morning? That ghost is just breathing fire. But Zoe ain't afraid of no ghosts. You hear the faint sound of a modem connecting. But it sounds almost as if a ghost is trying to imitate the sounds with its mouth. You only have questions. She can now invoke the dead, which is what she's going to do. And that's the last thing the spirit is going to have her do before Paige wakes up and just finds herself in the bathroom. And a very angry presence. That's all it keeps telling her. Angry, 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 angry. And Zoe's getting stronger because she can sense Guidry. She can definitely sense Guidry. What a way to start off your love day, Paige. Notice how happy she got when she did that. She's so excited, but that's not her excited. Ooh, we definitely brought spirits into the house, which is what the spirits wanted. So she's going to use the bathroom, and she's going to wake up in the bathroom. Angry spirit. It's one of the Sims that was killed in this house. Ah! Yes! I love it. It's one of the Sims that was murdered in this house. She invoked it. Oh, and Zoe's like, oh my gosh. She can sense that the paranormal activity just got really, really real, and she cannot wait to go to school. Zoe, how many days do you have to age up? And look at how much the house drains their needs. It just absolutely drains them. So Zoe, at this point, I would imagine it's about 10 years old. Yeah, she has 8 days. Her hamper is being possessed. She could definitely see that. And Eden, of course, wants to talk to Gidry. And Paige just woke up and found herself in the bathroom. More dolls. They cannot see these. This is so cool. Look at all the dolls. Paige went to the bathroom. She briefly woke up and, for whatever reason, decided to come downstairs and sleep on the bench. This is where she's going to find herself. And Zoe is going to wake up in a panic state and be like, I cannot wait. She's having trouble waking up. She can't wait to go to school. She's like, I'm getting the hell out of this house. I'm getting out of this house. Zoe, why didn't you go to school? And very out of character, Paige is going to flirt with her class. But for whatever reason, she wants to go right back to that pond with all the bodies. She's terrified running out there, but she's still doing it. She has work in 8 minutes. And she is like, why am I out here at this pond? She can't out her own interactions. But she has work in 2 minutes, so I feel like I'm going to send her off to work. Receive gift. Who's giving her a present? Who's giving her a gift? It cancels out. Oh my gosh, who's giving her a gift? She's going to run to work. Run. Okay, violets are blue. Paige was caught flirting. It always says with Paige. She's flirting with a lot of different Sims. Oh, Gidry was giving her a gift. Okay, so I feel like this is a good place to end the episode. A lot has happened. The paranormal activity is definitely picking up, and I'm going to say there's probably only 2 more episodes left, so you're going to see that back to back, and I love that you can see this statue in the background of this. It just fills my heart with joy. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and to like and comment and turn your notifications on. You know how it all works. I post several videos a week, and the next 2 parts you're going to see are going to be the paranormal one. So I'm going to see you all later.